There's one down here, but there's a couple people up there. Don't fight for attention. I'll be here for a little while. Y'all can wait. We're good. Yeah, well, I've been having some moments as we've been just kind of trying to open and relax and just kind of get into the energy of the space and feel the energy of the space. Because there's this guy that keeps walking around. He keeps telling me that he's guarding the space, he's guarding the space. He's actually very meticulous and regimented about the way he wants and the way he does things. This is order, 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 we must have order. But some people might take him as a little pushy, but he means very well. It's all about making sure people are safe and secure. There's another gentleman, and although I could be mushing them together, and I hate it when I mush them together. So what I was feeling was a guy that, the chest, he really got me in the chest. So, and that other woman, she belongs to one of the men, I just can't figure which one. So, today we are out here in Sparks, Nevada to explore some energy for a really beautiful family, to see what is going on in their space, who, what, when, where, why, how, to validate for them, to validate their experiences, to validate anything that they may be sensing or feeling, or just the simple thing that we all want to know. Are people looking after us? Do we have some guardians? Do we have some protectors? Who's here? Are they safe to be here? Do they belong here? My initial impression is that most of this is familial. Maybe a little land-based energy, but still, I don't initially feel anything aggressive. I don't feel anything that is harmful or that would be disturbing to the family, but I do distinctly feel like people are potentially noticing little things. I feel at least one person in the house brushes it off and says, oh, whatever, that's just, light play, that's this, that's that. Some people, they want the rationality of it, like, okay, let's just, okay, well, maybe it's just this, that kind of energy in the space. But I also feel a profound sense of love in this space, like a lot of, finally I'm happy, finally I'm at peace, finally I'm in the right stride in my existence. A lot of that I feel in this space as well. So we're just going to do the best we can to validate for this family and some other wonderful friends that have joined them today of, hey, what's going on around you spiritually? Is it anything to worry about? I really don't think it is. But we will make sure that there's nothing that doesn't belong here and leave them with their home just as beautiful as when we found it, and maybe even a little lighter with the energy. Just take that little built-up layer that we all leave as humans on a space, and sometimes even the dead will leave a little energy on the space. And we're just going to restore the balance and make sure they can feel content in their home, and they can know that, yeah, they're looking out for me. The man with the heart that I've been feeling, like the chest and the heart, this is a very patriarchal figure. This is like a parental type of figure, or some kind of energy like that is kind of what I'm feeling, because it's really, this is Corin, it's all in the chest, man. It's the chest. He keeps saying, I'm fine now, don't forget to let them know I'm fine now, but tell them, they'll understand is what he keeps saying. And the lady, she might be a couple generations back, I'm not exactly sure. She's got a very unique personality, and that I'm almost having trouble dissecting her a little bit yet. I'm going to work on her a little bit more, because she's sort of off to the side. It's almost like, traditionally she feels like she should let the men speak first, and I don't know why she feels that way, but once you get her talking, I think that she would go. So we'll work with her a little bit, and figure out what in the world else is going on in this house, and make sure they know this is a great place to live, and make sure the dead and the living are all happy together.
Of course.
So let's do our adventure.
Sounds good.
So we obviously just filmed our intro, and we're going to start the walkthrough to see what kind of energy is in the home and who's in the home and so forth. But without going too far into it, some of the things that I've already picked up just by standing in your home and just stepping foot in your space, you would say you validate.
Absolutely validate. The tears have already started to flow.
Yeah.
And but Kleenex is out.
Yeah, hopefully it's healthy, happy, validating tears. You know, and those are the kind of tears that are okay, because it's that little validation. Like, okay, so I'm not nuts, and somebody important might be around me that needs to be here. So it's that little oomph that sounds like maybe you needed. So
and it'll be really interesting moving forward to see if truly who I'm feeling is who you are feeling.
Yeah.
And if we're in the same sync of what I feel has been around me for quite a while.
There could be more than you even realize too. Because you feel maybe this person, that person. There could be 2 or 3 extra, or a couple generations back. There could be more people that are just like a whole pantheon of angels taking care of you and watching out after you. So that you never even thought about.
And I'm very grateful for that. I'm very excited to see.
Yeah, me too.
What you see and vision and where we go from
I'm super excited about it too, because I always like to validate for people. I like folks to know that is not the end. You know, we're protected, we're loved, we're guided, we have divine protection, and so that little layer of knowing that sometimes it takes a little weight off of day-to-day life.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about what's coming.
Yeah, me too. Because there's the man and the woman are up there, and then there's another man down here for sure. Somebody's got something going on right here. Something in this region of the body. It's a little uncomfortable and tight. Tightness. It's hard to explain how and the way I pick up things, I feel things, I'll start getting like, they'll hit me in parts of their body and like, ow, okay, let's see if I can sort it all out. So
as long as you're
clear. I can process it. Yeah, I can handle it. I've gotten to the point where
she's a nurse.
Yeah,
we wouldn't be doing this if you couldn't.
Yeah, no, I'm just empathing things that they'll show me that are relevant to them, so they can validate that their energy and presence is around.
So can you tell which spirit is giving you? Like,
sometimes yes, sometimes no,
okay.
And that's what's really annoying. I'm still kind of learning to suss that out and pick it out. I want to say I'm getting torn though, because I feel female energy, but then I feel like there's this male that has problems here. And so I'm being torn between these spirits, and maybe it's because I haven't spent enough time marinating them. But it's very much like liver and gallbladder. Like this whole region in here is very weird for one of these spirits. I believe something is not quite right there. The one that is the loudest out of all of them is the one that had the heart thing. That he seems to be the loudest. Seems like a really neat guy though. I mean. I'm gonna call you stubborn because you are, but you're all right, you know. And what he's doing now is really helpful to protect and guide. But he's got this real, I guess it is stubbornness. It's kind of that I know what I'm talking about type of vibe.
When you see a spirit, do you actually see a structure?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay,
so it varies. Sometimes I'll see just the shadow and like a little light disturbance, and then empathically they'll tell me the rest of the story.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'll see them full bodied, and I haven't gotten so comfortable with that, so I'm kind of like I sort of push that out and I make them show me a silhouette and tell me the rest, you know. But every once in a while I will see a solid figure standing there, and then I can see a lot of features on them, and that is something I'm still working through. Being comfortable with, because that is a little startling. So most of it is almost like a sepia old photograph, and like you see like the wisp and sort of around, and that's how mostly I see them. And then they start feeding me the rest of the information, almost like the third eye, and it's like a computer download. Interesting. So I get all the joy. Eventually, they're going to get more and more solid, because over the last 6 years we've been doing this professionally. I've been seeing them more and more solid. So
that'll be interesting to see.
It's an interesting progression for me. So yay, let's go talk to your dead people.
All right. Very good.
See what we got. Let's see what our house shares with you.
This is something that drew me, standing here. This drew me very significantly. She stands here. I just wanted to show you. Show me. So I'm getting ready to go somewhere on a Sunday. She's getting ready to go somewhere. Something with this energy, the whole energy here just draws me. I can't, for the life of me, quite figure it all the way out. Oh, that's intestinal pain on that one. It's like almost right across here, all the way across here. My joints hurt a little bit. A lot of joint pain here. Working with something making me. She's doing something with the hands and the joints. The joints are a little tight. A little tight in the hands. It's a little hat. There's that little hat. So that's what I see out of her, just like, oh, I didn't forget about you. I almost want to take a picture of this. See if I catch anything in it. This is actually not a selfie, but it will turn out to be one. Let's see if I catch. I feel as if like I'm being stood right next to. And I don't see any. There's somebody standing right next to me. I could feel somebody standing right next to me.
Selfies on camera. So professional.
Hey, I was trying to document because she's standing right next to me.
Yeah.
She's shorter.
It'd be funny if you got some.
She's shorter than me. I feel a lot of something with my knees is giving me trouble too. I'm getting something with the knees. Something with the knees and hips. Knees and hips are not quite right. Come back to her. There's a lot of personal items here. I don't want to be too
Well, that's why I ask.
I don't want to be too led,
Yeah.
too drawn
Okay.
to an area. Because I know that there's going to be some pictures. The thing is, I can't see that far, which is helpful. But I don't want. I know he's in there.
Do
But
you want to kind of do that little room last?
yeah, there's a lot in
All
there.
right, let's do that.
There's a lot in there. It's all. He says, "I'm in there." Like literally? Like, are you literally in there?
That's what you said when you first walked in, too.
Like I saw a man standing in there. Y'all are a bunch of nerds. That's what he's saying. That's actually what he's saying to me.
You're all a bunch of nerds.
It's very.
That would be accurate.
It's very warm. Yeah, it's. I know there's a lot of different like knickknacks and bric-a-brac, and I don't want to be too like led. I want to feel all his energy before I'm led, because he's telling me there's something very identifiable to him specifically in there.
Okay.
And so I want to be careful about, but I want to feel of it.
And you went straight to the front room. I spent a little time in there putting the gear in there, but you have not.
No, and I don't. I quickly glance and I notice there's stuff everywhere. And I don't want to be led. I love the cold walkthrough.
Let's come back to that room last then.
Well, he's not done.
Oh, okay.
He's a loud one, isn't he? Very opinionated, but very smart. So he should be opinionated. People should listen. There's an intelligence there. Very, very protective energy. It's almost. I think he's related to the other male. Possibly. Or they're connected. Somehow they're connected. There's a joint connection between the two males. I don't know where the female fits in yet. She fits in with one of them. I just can't figure out how.
So far we're looking at familial energy. Was that a correct assessment?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
There was the breathing again. Okay, you don't have to stab me in the kidneys.
And you went dark for no reason. My light's good. You should not have gone dark right there. Well, I do have some bright light in the background, but...
God, all three of you don't have to hit me with all your crap at once. It's like
I'm actually
downhill. He does not. Don't think of me sick. Don't think of me sick. I am strong. He wants to be seen as strong.
He doesn't want to see
He doesn't want to be seen
the
as
end,
weak.
yeah.
Doesn't want any of the stuff that took him down, but I have to show you so you understand that it's me, but I don't want to be seen as weak. He's literally standing behind me. Right there. And you're obviously filming behind me, so
Sure.
There's nobody standing behind me, is there?
There is not.
Okay. Because it feels like... Because I feel it so, like he's so close.
I'll let you know if we capture anything.
All right, because I feel like he's like I am the spokesperson for the other spirits, but I want the other spirits to have an opportunity to speak. There's such a methodical vibe. It's like everything has its place. Everything needs to be exactly like almost OCD, methodical energy in this house. And I don't know if that's living or dead or both. I think there might be a little bit of both. There's a methodical energy in the house. Very methodical.
You go upstairs? All right.
Yeah. Ooh, my ears are ringing in here. Ha! That's loud. That is loud. That's like ping! And then you just keep hearing the reverberating ring. It's very loud in here. It almost makes you dizzy. Just a touch. You're like, let me get my balance. Okay, hold on. Let me feel it. So, we've got gifted energy in here. There's some ability to empath or intuit something. There's an empathic energy in this space, besides mine. Somebody sees and feels stuff. Like right here. Something in the bed.
So it's whoever sleeps on that side of the bed is what you're saying?
I'm not sure, but I feel something touching the bed or running into the bed. I feel something touching it, and I feel somebody can perceive the touch. The living would have an experience with the energy. The female comes and checks everyone, but the male stands and watches and makes sure that everyone is safe. Like, we need to be safe. We need to be, like, so I'm going to stand guard and protect, and this has a vibe to it. Tingles. That's kind of interesting. It has a little, this has a little tingle to it. Where did you get that?
Got that out of a storage unit about 39 years ago.
Because it's got an energy to it, a distinct vibe to it.
What did you just see? You had the most amazing facial expression.
Because there's nobody behind Brent, but I saw a female hand reach for the brush. I was like, what? I saw a female hand like this behind you. I saw this little hand go like that. I was like she was like, I'm just gonna sneak over here. She's like nobody's gonna notice. What do you mean?
I'm just gonna do my hair before I'm on camera.
Essentially, because like, let me just get straight up. Like,
that is flipping hilarious. That's awesome.
I still get startled by things that I see, so
No, that was obvious. Your facial expression was just.
I was like, oh no. She just wanted to reach for it. Well, if you'd like to do your hair, you may. You'll look fine on camera, though. If you'd like to show up on camera, that'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be super. She's like, I don't have my hat in my hand. I'm not ready. Well, get yourself together, honey, and get on camera. And the man is just like, are you? All right, really? Like, he's just like, come on, let's go. He's impatient. He's super impatient. But he's nice enough. He's fine. Oh, good, the infinity mirror effect.
Oh, goody.
I don't think it's going to cause a problem, but I
Yeah.
don't think there's any. I don't feel a portal in here. But the problem is that there's intuitive energy in there, and so I do feel a lot of vibration and dizziness and wonkiness. Not in a negative way, but it could knock you on your butt type of feeling, like you feel off balance. I believe I'll have to be sending you the grounding document so you know how to ground. Mirrors face mirrors, sometimes it can almost be an energetic opening, but I don't
Not
feel
by
like,
itself. It just it makes it easier if there is some energy here trying to open a portal, is what it is. And you don't have that here.
Overall transition, but yeah, if it was like a dark negative haunt, I'd be like, you need to do something about that.
Just kind of takes the lock off the door is all.
It's not dangerous in there.
Yeah,
Just,
no,
it's
good.
of note.
We are on a list to remodel that, so this is probably a good time for you to tell me
Yeah.
what to put in there.
Well, you can have the little closet doors, but like I don't know if you can avoid mirrors facing mirrors.
Okay. Good to know. Paranormal
You can have
medium
mobs
set.
in it a little bit.
Yeah, as long as they're not doing that like infinity mirror effect,
Yeah.
that creates the energetic opening. Yes, all this energy all at once. It's so unique.
Yeah.
It's so different.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Your aura, like your energy, just your overall energy. I know it's a little mumbo jumbo. I get it.
Yeah.
But
for
like
sure.
your energy is so profound. It's like, it's this energy of like, you take care of everything and everyone, but you're very quiet about it. You just do things. You just do. You just take care of things, take care of people. And this energy is like subdued and humble, but it's also sometimes inside you feel a little taken for granted and then not appreciated as much as maybe you should. So make sure that there's a lot of, make sure you honor yourself and how the specialness that is you. Don't keep giving and forget to tend to your own kind of garden. So that's kind of what I feel anyway. So I don't know if you want to validate that or not.
He's spoiled rotten.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
that was very spot on.
Oh,
Very spot on
Yeah.
about him. And he won't admit it either, but it's very spot on.
Just that silent helper. That's what I felt.
He's the dad.
Oh, okay.
Here's the-
He's the ultimate dad.
Just take care of everyone, make sure everyone's safe, everyone's good, everyone's happy, everyone has enough. But you can, so you do. You're like, well, I can do it. And that makes sense with being spoiled, too. It's like you can take care of all the things you want and need, but you can just give to people and take care of people because you really, it's such a loving heart, but it's so subdued and so quiet, but it's so present. So just wanted to honor that in you, that energy's really, really great. So.
Well, thank you.
Enough about you, on to the dad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get back. I can mess with all your energies later. Don't you worry. That ain't the last time I'm going to screw with you people. Yes! Ooh, they're pretty painting. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of like different antique items that are just screwing with my head. They're all yelling at me.
Ooh, I love that video. I just saw it. Yeah.
Number one, I don't know how in the hell you got that up there.
With a very tall ladder.
Yeah, there you go.
He's very talented.
That's magical. Another thing of note is when you buy things from like antique shops or estate sales or
That's
stuff
what my
like
daughter
that,
just said.
it will,
It's a package deal.
sometimes you gain a little bit of residual energy from whomever owned it prior. I don't feel anything bad off of it. I'm just telling you that it's got a lot of energy, but not negative energy. But the thing in front of it, whatever that is, somebody says that's mine. It's like as in theirs, and so I can't quite hear them yet, but I think it's a male that says that's mine. So I don't know who he is yet.
Okay.
It was her room. That was Van's room.
The energy in here is quite intense. This is living human energy that is infused into the. And I don't know why it would be, because I feel like this is like a guest bedroom, so I don't know why it would feel this way. Just being a guest room, but it feels like living human energy permeated the wall, like.
It's a beautiful room.
Thank you.
Don't you just absolutely love it?
It's wonderful. I'm pinging and ponging, and it's very bubbly. It's like bubbly, excitable energy, and just like, oh my god.
She's saying you're welcome. Her saying it was her bedroom.
Okay,
Oh.
cool.
So she's saying like you're
I
welcome.
gotcha.
Okay.
So the both of you?
It's just like it's all over the place, but in a fun way. It's just like, wow. So yeah, the living humans can be just as fun as the dead. And I also feel sense of loss in the last 2 years. Something of a sense of loss. I've lost something. Something of loss. A real profound sense of loss. Like 2 years, 2 to 5 maybe. Loss. That sense of loss and grief. And it's just kind of like comes down onto the mind and the soul of someone. Possibly in this space, or the overall space. Okay, keep moving.
All right.
Clear myself a little bit. Although there seems to be energy that almost like you would hear people walking in here. No, I feel like I would hear people like you would hear footsteps and say, well, maybe it's this, but it's something else. Like I feel like I hear footsteps in here. I wonder if there's a spirit dog to go with the living dogs, because they seem
Pour out.
Pour out. Because I seem to see this little thing that ran out there with the other one, and so some of the feet, there's human feet that I hear in here that would be deceased. But then I hear animal feet, and you're like, oh, it's probably just whatever. And but then all the animals are still with like you can see them all, and so then you hear feet, the click clack, hello, the little sound on the floor. There's something that looks through here. Not negative at all, though. It's a lot of good energy in this space, actually. It's but it can. I can see how it might be a little weird or overwhelming sometimes if you're just like, what, do I really hear or feel that, or is that person really here? I don't know. Maybe I'm deluding myself, and do a lot of this game of second guessing, and like that was a dream, or that didn't really happen, or a lot of that stuff. It's all very real. All the stuff that you're experiencing is very, very tangible to me. I can feel all of it. Like, I don't know how, we'll get into it in a minute, like how much experiences you're actually having in the space, but I tend to feel like you feel stuff. Would you consider yourself a little bit intuitive? Do you feel like a little intuitive energy about yourself?
A little bit. No, my girls are in love. Yes,
Okay.
very actually.
All right. Because that was very palpable in the one room. The empathic energy is pretty so it's not surprising to me why you'd be having experiences, because you're just more in tune to it.
But ironically, that was my husband's side of the bed, and he's very intuitive as well.
Oh, okay then. You're both little intuitives.
Yeah.
Because I felt it permeate the whole space. I mean, it was pretty profound. So if you have two intuitives in a home,
well, with different energies too.
Yeah.
I mean, what he sees and what I see or feel,
two different
I'm
things.
completely, opposite.
Well, and in a way that's kind of a good thing, because then you both bring something to the table. You both bring something to where you'll pick up on this, but he'll pick up on that, and you can kind of piece it together and say, okay, well, this is how I feel about a situation or a place or a person or this or that, Should we get into business with this person? Should we talk to that? Should we go here? Should we take this trip? You guys can sort of bounce off and figure stuff out, which is useful. It's quite useful to have each other as a resource in that way. Good deal with them.
Did you want to check out this little dining nook back there?
Dining nook. Sure.
Just to be thorough.
She's going to experience the entire full aspect of the house.
Sure. You hadn't really been back here yet, so.
One of the males really likes it in here, though. Super likes it a lot. He's like, I'm just gonna hang out.
That was weird. I felt like there was something behind me, but there wasn't.
well, there was, but no, he actually likes this space, and I don't quite know why, but he really seems to like the space right in here. He's just gonna put his feet up, and so he's holding a glass, and he's just like, well, I'm gonna pick up my feet and just I'm gonna relax, just hanging out, having a good time. What a neat person. At this point in his afterlife, very easygoing. I don't know if he was always necessarily easygoing, but he is now. Not difficult to deal with now. Still getting a lot of this with him. Yeah, I think it's the male now. I think it could be the male. It's very uncomfortable. The female makes me feel pain from right here and right in here. The other males, I'm trying to pick them apart. I'm trying to pick it apart. I keep getting run into by that ghost dog, and
Can you tell what kind of dog it is?
I just keep getting run into by it. That get run into you type of thing.
Yeah.
Some of them. No dog. So that's fun.
The dog is running his work. The ghost dog.
I'm just like off, like getting. I'm like, eh. It's cute. It's very cute, but it's just surprising. And there's a second female now that I can't quite. She's not ready to come forward to me yet. She's maybe about 80. Very, just so far distant. I can't quite pull her out yet. So I'll deal with maybe trying to pull it. I think she's separate from the one gal. They're closer in age, but not like one gal's more 60s, 70s, the other one's more like 80s. And so I'm trying to pull them apart. The one lady who wants to be all primed and beautiful, I mean, she's a little bit like more vocal to me. But the other one is traditions. Everything with the holidays, the traditions, everything is in its, like, she's big on traditions. She's just meticulous on traditions and like how to decorate, how to do this, how to do that, how the recipes are to be made, very meticulous.
And that's the one that's trying to come through?
I maybe, yeah. I think, cause I'm starting to get a little bit from both of them. They're kind of pulling me in two different directions. So I'm trying to yank apart the,
You're fine. No, that's what this is all about.
Yeah, no,
That's what this is all about. Feel free to chime in. That is why we're here. Absolutely, feel free to chime in.
Interact as much as you need to.
You're meant to be a dynamic part of this, for sure.
Yeah. Any questions you have or any validations you have, throw them. As soon as I'm finished with the cold walkthrough, we'll sit for a second, and I'd like to figure out what so far made sense, and then we're going to try to use all the equipment to then validate what I felt, and then what you guys experience as a family.
That's right.
Because I really feel like this house has activity, and you just want to make sure that it's like okay. Is that sort of the basic gist of how you feel about things, or?
Well, and honestly, curious.
Okay.
Who is actually trying to make themselves known within our space?
Yeah.
Who is still here holding on to us that needs to potentially leave and move on to their happy place? And why? Why are they continuing to hang on? What is the purpose of that?
A lot of spirits. A lot of spirits, and that's a good question. That's people need and want to know that stuff. It's a great thing to want to explore. The thing with spirits is that even if they've transitioned, gone into the light, and they have moved on, quote unquote, they have free will. If they want to come check on you, they darn well can and will. And especially that male, he's like, "Are you shitting me?" Is what he said. Of course, I'm going to come check on what's going on. Like it's that. Do you think I wouldn't? Type of thing. So they're doing their little spiritual trips and vacations and growth and progress. They're doing what they need to do. I don't feel any earthbound spirits here. So nobody who's trapped in their death state, nobody who's stuck and doesn't know how to get to the light. They've all been, they just like you.
Well, that makes my heart full. That makes me feel better.
So nobody's in an earthbound state here.
Okay.
Because I can feel those, and that's a whole different way that I feel them.
Yeah.
The ones are fully transitioned, they'll poke me in the parts of the body that they say were relevant to either how they died or something they had when they were sick or that kind of thing, to validate who they are. But they're, especially the one male with the chest pain, he's just like, no, I'm fine. I don't feel that now. Please, no, I don't feel that now. But this is relevant, is what he's trying to say to me. So, they're all just kind of happy and checking in. And I don't know if they're here 100% of the time, but they like to check on all, make sure everyone's doing well. They're not missing out on, holiday parties, especially one of them. He's like, no, anytime you can have a little holiday party and some cocktails, I am here. Don't you forget it. So he wants to be a part of stuff. And, Christmas, everything, whatever it may be, any kind of family gathering, holiday, event, they can choose with their free will. Just because we don't have a meat suit anymore, our soul energy is so beautiful and expansive and does all kinds of great things. That soul energy can continue to interact and be part of things.
Melissa's grandma is her guardian angel, pretty much. Mm-hmm. She looks after you, especially with the kind of work we do.
Yeah, she's not stuck in any way, shape, or form, and she's just with me all the time.
What a gift!
Yeah, she's a very helpful angel. So, because I've tried to explore it to make sure, and several different readers, because I can't typically read for myself very well. Other people I've gone to, they're just like, oh yeah, no, this is what I see. This is, and they validated things that I felt, and it really was helpful to know. that she knows the light is there. She knows the light is beautiful. It's, it's all encompassing and healing for all of us. And everything she went through upon her death, that's all gone.
Mm.
So, she had a little bit of a rough exit. So, and despite how hard an exit may be on the body, and some of these people seem to have some issues that they were towards the end. There's some problems that were quite uncomfortable, to say the least, and not ideal whatsoever. But they're like, no, that's what happens. That's life. I'm good now. We're good.
Which is what we want, right?
Yeah. So.
Question.
Yes, sir.
So everything that you do is just you walk around, you feel these things. Do you ever touch anything?
Psychometry, yes, I do psychometry. I do hold objects. If you have an object you want me to touch, I can do that. That is, I discovered that was actually a gift I do have.
Yeah, I do want you to touch them.
Okay.
Do you want me to get it?
Well, I'll let her touch them. Be careful.
Don't-
Break it in the process.
I know.
Yeah, please don't do that. All right. Like it was like really just empty and blank for a second. But it makes my ears ring though.
Has anybody told her what it was? Or
No,
anything? Okay.
we've not shared
Alright,
anything.
alright.
Just hand me a bottle.
That's
Just
pretty
make it-
much what I did.
I smell something weird. And it's almost like I can't breathe too. Like I smell something funny. And my throat's real uncomfortable. Almost like a acidic. It burns a little bit. Something's hit me right in the throat. I feel really dizzy, like extremely dizzy. And I keep seeing a whole wall of like firearms. What else can you share with me? Major head pain. Major head pain. It's kind of funny. I get this impression of you just take a little nip and every night and you'll be fine. It's something that I heard. And I don't know, but the side of the head keeps hurting. I don't know if any of this makes any sense to you yet at all, because it's all very weird to me. I can't figure out where it's all coming from. It's just like I'm getting rapid fire energy from all around me.
No, it's not his history.
Yeah. I just can't find out where. I can't feel it. It's just all these weird sharp pains. And then again, depending on who has held it over the course of time, I could pick up on other living energy that has deposited vibrations to it, which I guess a little aggravating for sure.
Try to go further back.
Yeah, well, no, and that's what I'm trying to get past the living energy that's on it. I'm seeing the picture of Doc Holliday, but I know that's not it. But I'm literally seeing a photo of Doc Holliday, so like I don't know why they're showing me that. Like that doesn't make any sense to me either. But like that's what they're showing. Like they're showing me old westerns, like the movies, like something about like, watching old westerns. And I keep seeing all this random stuff. But I'm having a hell of a time sorting it out. Usually psychometry is really, really easy.
Yeah,
But
no, it's one of your
as
strong
if
points.
Tons of stuff is deposited energetically, and I'm like,
Layered,
peel
yeah.
a layer, peel a layer, peel a layer, until I get to the core layer of what the energy and the history of it is. You want to talk to me, or are you gonna not talk to me? Measure with meter. Feel like I move like a water. I see water. I feel like I'm moving on water. Something nearby is motion, slow, gentle motion of water. And the breeze. There's a breeze through some treetops. Still see something that like hit something that something hit near me, some sort of force or something hit something. I just keep seeing water. I keep seeing water. And like the tops of the trees are just moving slightly. This weird smell. I can't quite place that smell. I don't know what that is. It's almost like a sweet but weird. Weird sweetness. It's kind of intense. I just don't know what it is, though. I don't know what that smell is. Cannot identify it. I see a gentleman with this little, maybe 60. I do see an older male, and that's about as far as I can take it back. I'm not seeing as much as I'd like to see out of it, but I see a male, but it's so subdued and so far back, and I just see somebody sitting by some water, and that's all I can see out of it. So sorry if that wasn't a lot, but that's all I can see out of it. It's got an interesting vibe about it, but I can't figure out why I feel the things I feel. But I feel like something flew at me and hit me, and then I see water and I see trees, and a 60-ish-year-old man. That's all I can see out of it. So, would you like to tell me the history of the object? Because I can't feel much out of it that I want to feel more out of it, but it's not talking as loudly as I'd like.
The bottle itself is probably about 120 years old.
Oh, wow.
And the concept of that bottle was that whoever could drink the entire bottle could own it.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
And that's how it came about.
Oh, wow.
My dad was the last one that drank the entire bottle, and he was able to maintain, and so he took possession of the bottle. The bottle's been all over the place.
So I could be picking up energy from every single cycle of owner.
Who knows how many people?
No wonder it had too many layers.
3 to 4 people prior to that.
Okay.
That did it, and then kept it.
So what did the stuff that was in it smell like? Was it a weird?
Oh, it's just a whiskey.
Just whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can open it up and listen and smell it.
No, I don't think there's any in
Oh,
there.
you can't. But she might be able to smell some.
It's been way too long.
Yeah, I don't smell
Nothing.
that.
Well, she's never had whiskey in her life. She can't drink it because of the wheat
Yeah,
thing.
because the wheat.
I just know if you could smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so I just picked up layer upon layer.
Yeah, you did. So I mean, that in itself is kind of validating in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, way too much history.
That was a hard object to read.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And is your dad still alive? No. Okay.
My parents are both gone.
Well, that's really cool. That's very neat.
Yep.
And somebody may have been drinking out of that by the water with the breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just hard to know because we don't know the whole history of it. So
Somebody literally enjoying that bottle by water
80
and with
years
trees.
ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just don't know.
My son
Wow.
wants it, but he has to be able to drink it.
Well, good luck. Maybe that when I was standing here feeling a guy wanting to have a drink,
that's interesting, isn't it?
then maybe that was. I don't know. That's interesting. I'll be darned.
Never know the gifts that were going to be offered.
Yeah, weird things happen. Weird things happen before to me too. That's a really unique energy zone.
It is.
But it's got a lot of layers. That's a hard one to pick apart for sure, just because it's so many layers of energy of time over time. But that's interesting. That's kind of a cool little way to pass down a tradition. So see what happens. See if your son can do it.
Well, I like that you likened it to an onion, like layers and layers.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that you had to peel off. I mean, because that's that's kind of validating in a way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot more sense to me now too. Why it was so much like clutter. I'm like,
There's so much coming at you. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'll deal with the dead guy. Oh, the abdomen hurts. Wow, there's a lot of weird stuff in here. A lot of weird things in here. Abdomen hurts in here. My abdomen. Yeah, abdomen hurts a lot.
Your abdomen does?
Yeah. A lot of abdominal pain in here. I don't know why. I feel a little winded and asthmatic. And
It's funny we were talking about Sturgis on the way up, just randomly.
we were having that discussion about Sturgis. And
it just popped in my head. I was like, we've done a lot of things, but I'm kind of sorry I never got to say Sturgis, and I don't know. That's funny.
We've been there.
Little synchronicity, huh? Trying to feel. There's a bit of a. It's like there's two men sitting in here together, having a chat about back, like the good old days. Like they're having this reminiscence together. But I think they're actually from two different families. But they're having they're bonding over something. There's something in common between the two of them that they're bonding over. There's an interconnection that they get each other. They understand each other. They're just like, all right, let's just hang out. Let's spend some time together. So they do. There's actually several more dead people that I can't sort out right now because there's actually a lot more going on in this house than I thought. But they're all still positive energies. There's a lot more layers. Because there's the one man that I felt in here. He's hanging out with another gentleman that I hadn't felt before until I walked in here, and that one is they've made friends on the other side. They're buddies now. They're connected now, and they're just like, oh, let's just we all in common. Well, let's just chill together. So, he's smiling at me pretty with a real just kind of jovial, fun, big smile of like, we're gonna have lots of fun together today, and he's just raring to go. He's really excited about this whole process of being able to express his presence in the home. So hopefully through some of the other devices he'll be able to say some stuff, because he seems really...
we haven't even broken out any of the toys yet.
Yeah, he has this vibration of, I just want to make sure she's okay, is what he said. I just want to make sure she's doing okay now. It's almost like a little bit of he felt like there was a need because some sort of like a little health hiccup. There was like a little hiccup in health that he had to worry about for somebody who's living. And so he kind of had to feel like engaged in that and like make sure that things were taken care of. Now I actually want to look at the room.
Sure.
Because I've been trying not to look at the room.
Well, I filmed you continuously, so it's documented that you didn't.
So let's see. What do we have in this room that might be drawing me in here? Now that I felt... Oh, here, there's the lady.
Oh my gosh.
There she is. I was wondering when I would find you. Of course your hair looks lovely. You did just fine. God, she's so picky.
That's the picky lady?
Well, she wants to make sure that she looks good for her.
Sure.
For her pictures. She needs to look good for her pictures. I think I saw this man, too. I'm pretty sure I saw him. Maybe that's why I saw the guy with the mustache.
Okay, that's the mustache you described.
I saw that man. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Anything else in here jumping out at you? You can have a good look around now.
Yeah, I've kind of done my walkthrough.
Yeah.
I can just sort of feel things now. That gentleman in the picture has quite the sense of humor. He's an amusing fellow. It's almost like that sardonic wit, that real like dry wit type of thing. I find it amusing. It's my kind of humor.
Yeah. Well, we both like your dry senses of humor for sure.
You don't want to make this one upset with you. That energy feels like just pop you a little bit. Don't piss him off. Don't piss him off. Don't piss off the dead people. Don't piss off the dead people. Let's not do that.
How do they feel?
There's a lot more dead people here than I thought. I felt the initial ones, but now they're all kind of starting to leak out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
There's probably 6 or 7 of them that are roaming around the space, but they're not always here all the time. They poke into other people's houses and they check on people, but they're all fine. They're all transitioned.
Good.
But man, there are times where you'll be home and this house will feel full. Mm-hmm. It'll feel like a freaking train, railroad, Grand Central Station going on up in this house. Yeah, it's like busy.
Oh my God, there's like this
Yeah.
rapid transit going
Sure.
upstairs.
Whoa.
Yeah, it feels.
You hear the footsteps nonstop.
Okay, so when I was saying I hear footsteps,
Oh my
that makes sense too.
God.
Busy.
Literally, this is a racetrack right here.
No wonder I was so drawn to stare up there during
Yeah,
the intro.
Right.
Ah.
So Mel, this might be a good time to take a break. I'll change the batteries in the light here,
Yeah, and we can do a little validation,
then we can do
sit down.
a sit down validation.
Okay,
Let's do that.
perfect.
Cool.
Should we just go over here?